Every cent that comes to the budget will have to finance projects in the budget. And the budget has to be debated in the National Assembly. So every single activity that will be financed by money flowing into this fund, to the budget, will now be debated in the National Assembly.
That was Dr. Bharrat Jagdeo, the Vice President of Guyana. While speaking at a recent private sector breakfast hosted at the State House in Georgetown, he addressed several concerns raised about the proposed amendments to the Natural Resources Fund Act, the law that governs Guyana's oil wealth fund. According to the first schedule of the proposed amendments, the government can, in the first instance, withdraw all oil revenues accumulated in the NRF in the year the new law comes into force. Thereafter, a limit will be set for future withdrawals. But the Vice President emphasizes that the government will not raid the fund since it is subject to parliamentary approval. With this and other parliamentary proposed amendments stirring debate locally, the Vice President opined that key stakeholders and not organizations with known supporters or members should lead advocacy and lobbying efforts.
And so it is recognized that the private sector, along with the labor sector, they are key stakeholders in this country, and they have constituencies. There are a number of organizations in this country that do not have constituencies, but they're much more vocal and they're taken more seriously here and internationally than the organizations that have constituencies and the government that has a mandate from the people.
While some of these groups contend that the existing NRF Act underwent extensive consultations before its passage, these amendments have not benefited from that widespread input. The Vice President, however, pointed out that the NRF Act was passed after the previous UPNO-AFC coalition government had been defeated following the successful passage of a no-confidence motion. And so that act did not get any input from the PPPC parliamentary opposition, which is currently in government. Reporting for the newsroom, I am Prashani Ragabir.
Yeah.